This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Monday, the 26th day of February in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The CARICOM single market and economy, small and medium-sized enterprises, climate financing, and energy security are among the key issues being deliberated as CARICOM heads of government meet here in Georgetown. At the opening of the business session at the Guyana Marriott this morning, President Irfan Ali, who is the current chair of CARICOM, said he expects the heads of government to engage in frank, open, and transparent discussions in the coming days on the challenges confronting the regional bloc that would result in strong interventions. The president said the slothful implementation of the Caribbean single market and economy remains a major concern, adding that during the course of the 5-day high-level meeting, it is expected that there will be interventions that could lead to the strengthening of the subcommittee on the senior legal officers to advance the single market and economy. Another critical issue on the agenda is that of small and medium-sized enterprises in the region.
An important issue in the region is the building of SMEs, and we'll be looking at ways in which the region can work on enhancing the work of SMEs, in which our partners can help us to support the building of SMEs, the expansion of SMEs, and the more critical integration of SMEs into the regional economy.
The president said even as the Caribbean community works towards reducing the region's food import bill by 25% by next year, it has agreed to also channel its energies towards the elimination of hunger and malnutrition by 2030.
Food and energy security are two important topics that we will also be discussing. How do we ensure not only we meet the 25 by 2025 target, but now advance work on ending hunger and malnutrition in the region by 2030, the type of investment that is required, the commitment from our international partners to support sustainable and resilient food systems.
Additionally, he said CARICOM will continue to advance the region's position on climate change, climate financing, adaptation and mitigation with the aim of having a place in a fair mechanism through which new loans are secured for the developing world in keeping with the just transition and the push to achieving the climate targets. The situation in Haiti and the upcoming meeting with the president of Brazil and opportunities for collaboration with Brazil, energy security and regional transportation are the other issues being discussed by CARICOM leaders this week. More news coming up in just a moment.
Guyana's agriculture sector is receiving tremendous support from oil companies to aid its expansion. Investment from oil companies in cutting-edge technology is increasing and improving Guyana's agricultural output. SBM Offshore Guyana and ExxonMobil Guyana Limited support two of the largest hydroponics farms in the country. Their support not only creates employment for Guyanese, but also helps CARICOM to reduce its food import bill by 25% by 2025.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Linden, grab your racks, your flags, and get ready for the golden hour ahead. Linden Master Manic Festival. 3 days of high-energy entertainment as we celebrate after hard work. Starting on Friday the 1st of March with Dark, featuring Guyana's youngest and baddest DJs on one stage at Golden Tasty Food and Bar, 4 Corner Wismar. Day 2, Saturday the 2nd of March. We're heading to Rossville for Access Family 4th Annual Season of Soca Juve. You choose water, paint, powder, or the dry section. And the grand finale on Sunday the 3rd of March, Linden Mash Parade, starting from Bear Rock Junction to retrieve ground for that mega Mashumani concert. It's the Golden Arrowhead Linden Mashumani Festival, starting from Friday the 1st to Sunday the 3rd of March. We're bringing it back home.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
In wake of some concern that Venezuela continues to build up its military presence in an area close to the border with Guyana, the United States Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield, has reiterated the U.S. government's support for Guyana and this country's territorial integrity. Ambassador Thomas Greenfield, who was in Guyana for the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, told News Source on Sunday that the U.S. remains clear with its support for Guyana's territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Well, we've been clear on this issue that we support Guyana's territorial integrity and their sovereignty, and we support the agreement that was on the divisions of the border that was made in the 1800s, unless and until another authority makes a decision that border is not acceptable. So we have supported the ICJ taking on this initiative, and we've been clear to President Ali, to the people of Guyana, that their territorial integrity and their sovereignty are supported by the United States.
In the past few months, there have been several visits of top U.S. government officials and U.S. military officials to Guyana to meet and engage with Guyana government officials. Asked whether those visits may be setting the stage for the possible establishment of a U.S. military base in Guyana, the U.S. ambassador to the UN said there have been no discussions on that issue, and she is unaware of any such possibility.
It's not something I am aware of. It's not something I'm aware that Guyana has requested. But part of the reason we're all visiting Guyana is because you're on the international stage now. Guyana is on the Security Council. As we speak, Guyana is president of the Security Council, and that gives them an international and global perch that they have not had previously, at least for a very, very long time. And so part of my reason for being here, in addition to the CARICOM meeting, was to have discussions with President Ali and with his administration on how we can partner on the Security Council.
In December, CARICOM and the Community of Latin America and Caribbean States, CELAC, brokered talks between Guyana and Venezuela. The presidents of the two countries met in St. Vincent and agreed to a declaration that each side would do nothing to escalate or provoke tensions between them. The ongoing CARICOM meeting here in Guyana is the first heads of government meeting since those discussions took place in St. Vincent. The last chairman of CARICOM, Prime Minister of Dominica Roosevelt Skerrit, believes that the Argyle meeting in St. Vincent that significantly reduced tensions between Guyana and Venezuela is a template for others to follow. As he delivered his address at the opening ceremony of the 46th regular meeting of CARICOM, Prime Minister Skerrit said he was extremely proud at the meeting of heads of government in St. Vincent last December to maturely address the tensions between Guyana and Venezuela.
We made international news, not for unrest, war, or violence, but for hosting of mature, proactive deliberations that created a template that others in the world would do well to follow.
The Argyle meeting, which saw President Finale and Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro meeting in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, was hosted by CARICOM and CELAC. Prime Minister Skerrit said CARICOM back in 2023 recorded a number of successes and accomplishments, and the meeting in St. Vincent is among those achievements. Meanwhile, CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett said the region under the chairmanship of President Ali will continue to experience accelerated growth with support from the other heads of government, secretariat, and the regional institutions. Dr. Barnett said the matters before the 46th regular meeting will have significant impact on the direction of CARICOM.
The region's resilience, adaptability, and development will be examined in detail, as well as taking account of where we are as a region. This will allow us to pool our collective wisdom and devise sustainable solutions to the threats and the challenges that we face.
She said so far, significant technical and policy work has led to accomplishments in various areas, including food and nutrition security, advancing aspects of the CARICOM single market and economy, border security, air and maritime transportation, and other areas. She said the community worked with a number of stakeholders to help find solutions to the multidimensional crisis in Haiti and remains committed to maintaining the region as a zone of peace, despite various border controversies and the passage of guns and dangerous drugs through the seas and land of the Caribbean.
As we continue to tackle these and other issues during this 46th meeting, our dedicated hours in plenary, caucus, and retreat sessions will be focused on moving our integration movement determinedly forward in the best interests of our region and its citizens.
Before the end of their conference here in Guyana, the heads of government from CARICOM are expected to be joined by the Brazilian president. Dr. Barnes said exchanges with the Brazilian president, as well as with high-level guests from Canada, the US, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates and the United Kingdom, will allow the community to continue robust engagements with diverse international partners on matters crucial to the sustained development and transformation of the region. Current chairman of CARICOM, President Irfan Ali, believes tough measures are needed to restore peace and stability in Haiti. He made that statement while addressing the opening ceremony of the ongoing CARICOM Heads of Government meeting yesterday at the National Cultural Center. Haiti, which is a member of CARICOM, continues to experience a surge in violence, with killings, kidnappings, and other forms of violence increasing dramatically over the last few months. President Ali said tough decisions are now needed to help Haiti out of its current state of social, political, and economic turmoil.
Sometimes, as a region, we are in tough positions and we have to take tough measures. But always, the region toughness is always in the interests of the region's people. That is fundamental for the region.
Last May, CARICOM appointed an eminent persons group to represent the heads of government in the good offices process, which now sees the regional bloc lending support to the government of Haiti in the areas of security, governance, electoral processes, and long-term development planning and advocacy. President Ali said CARICOM will continue to advance its work in the interests of the people of Haiti.
We are committed as a region in ensuring that the people of Haiti can also realize their full potential in peace, security, and with good governance. We owe it to the people of Haiti.
Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerritt, who's the last chairman of CARICOM, said a time for action is now when it comes to Haiti.
Haiti needs the support of everyone in this world, every country in this world. And I do not believe that we have the time or the luxury of time to continue talking about helping Haiti. We need to help Haiti yesterday.
The Prime Minister of Haiti, Ariel Henry, and the chairman of CARICOM's Eminent Persons Group for Haiti, former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Dr. Kenny Anthony, are among officials attending the CARICOM meeting here in Guyana.
Linden, grab your rags, your flags, and get ready for the golden hour ahead. Linden Matrimony Festival. 3 days of high-energy entertainment as we celebrate after hard work. Starting on Friday the 1st of March with Dark, featuring Guyana's youngest and baddest DJs on one stage at Golden Tasty Food and Bar, Four Corner Wismar. Day 2, Saturday the 2nd of March. We're heading to Rossville for Access Family 4th Annual Season of Soca Juve. You choose water, paint, powder, or the dry section. And the grand finale on Sunday the 3rd of March, Linden Mash Parade, starting from Bayrock Junction to Retrieve Ground for that mega matrimony concert. It's the golden hour ahead, Linden Matrimony Festival, starting from Friday the 1st to Sunday the 3rd of March. We're bringing it back home.
At the most critical life-changing moments, the National Insurance Scheme is here to ensure that your needs are covered. Access reimbursement for medical expenses for various aspects of your medical care. We know that eye care is of utmost importance. Receive assistance with our Spectacle Care voucher. Visiting the dentist? Dental care is also covered under our sickness benefit services. Offset the funeral expenses of a loved one with costs covered by our funeral benefits. National Insurance Scheme. We're there every step of the way.
Look at the breathtaking beauty of the Essequibo, from its pristine rivers to its abundant resources. It's a treasure that belongs to Guyana, and we ask Venezuela to respect the rule of international law.
Our commitment to this land is not just about ownership. It's about preserving its beauty and resources for our people and future generations.
The controversy between Guyana and Venezuela was settled internationally as full, perfect, and final in 1899. Essequibo belongs to Guyana.
Turning our attention now to that strike by the nation's teachers. You know, the strike by teachers entered its fourth week this morning, with more schools seeing both teachers and students staying away from the classrooms. While government officials have been busy over the past week with an energy conference and the ongoing CARICOM meeting, teachers across the country have remained on the picket line while using both of those events to highlight their concerns and call for improved salaries and better working conditions. Today, President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Mark Light, said it is time for a narrative set by the government that a strike is political to be buried. He said the issue is and has always been a bread and butter one for the nation's teachers, and the government needs to address the situation.
The demonstration of teachers across Guyana would have shown that this has nothing to do with politics. In fact, some of our placards are saying it is not political, it is economical. And that is why you see teachers of all color shades, levels in the education sector standing out here. And we resolutely believe that the government has to come to the table, and that has been our position.
There has been no movement by the government to address the substantive issue of salary increases for teachers since the strike started. Instead, the Education Ministry attempted to cut the salaries of the striking teachers. But that plan was shot down by a conservatory order issued by the High Court, blocking the government from cutting the salaries of teachers. Mr. Light said he hopes that the conservatory orders handed down by the court will be respected and upheld by the Ali administration.
We have not gotten any feedback from the government since the ruling. We do hope that they comply with the judge's order and that the matter is allowed to take its course at court for the judge to decide based on the evidence.
The substantive case brought by the union against the government will be heard on the 20th of March. It challenges the government's alleged failure to engage in collective bargaining as stipulated by the law and the proposed salary cuts for those teachers on strike, as well as the attempt by the government to discontinue the deduction of union dues from the salaries of teachers on behalf of the union. In the interim, the union remains hopeful that the government will heed to the cries of teachers and the nation's children who are also severely affected by the strike action. The GTU wrote to the government 2 weeks ago seeking a meeting and indicating the conditions that have to be met for the strike to come to an end. That letter was ignored.
It's disrespectful for someone to write you and you don't respond. And it has been over 3 weeks since we wrote the permanent secretary. Disrespectfully, no response. But whatever it takes to have government to understand that we are serious about this and we're serious about our position, to come to the table and have that engagement, we don't mind resending the letter to them.
Mr. Light said it is clear that the strike is already having an impact on the education system, and teachers should not be blamed.
We are not taking blame for anything. We've exhibited a lot of patience over the many years, 3+ years, and to take a stand at a time when we believe that the system needs us most is always a critical approach. What we have seen is the uncaring side of the government not willing to consider our children and the plight of our teachers.
Many teachers have indicated that they intend to remain on strike until the government re-engages their union on the salary increases and other related issues. Human rights activist and former government minister Simona Brooms has filed a $450 million lawsuit against social media personality turned contractor Michael Rodriguez, also known as the Guyanese critic, over several statements he made against her on his morning program, which was broadcast on Facebook. The court action was filed through a Dexter Todd law firm and a battery of lawyers. The lawsuit details that on one of the morning programs, which was aired on the 22nd of January, Rodriguez made several libelous and defamatory statements against Ms. Brooms. In addition to claiming that she once operated a whorehouse in the mining community and was involved in the trafficking of persons, Rodriguez also claimed that a former government minister received a $225,000 scholarship from the government and was involved in scams. The lawsuit details that on the same program, Rodriguez claimed that Ms. Brooms was involved in shutting down various mining operations in the interior region to benefit her own. All of the statements made by Rodriguez during the morning program have been rubbished by Brooms and her attorneys. They are seeking the award of damages in various amounts for the various defamatory and libelous statements they said he made. In total, they are seeking $450 million from the Guyanese critic. The attorneys Dexter Todd, Dexter Smart, Shakola Exeter, Jevon Cox, Candace Adams, and Donat Anthony are also seeking an injunction on behalf of the former government minister that would restrain Rodriguez, his servants, and or his agents from further publishing or causing to be published any statement by him that would convey the impression that she was involved in human trafficking, being the recipient of a $225,000 government scholarship, that she took part in the operations of a whorehouse, that she was involved in the shutting down of mining operations to benefit her own, and that she incited public terror. They also want the court to order Rodriguez to remove the offending program from all social media platforms, to retract his statements, and issue an apology to Simona Brooms. The lawsuit covers several parts of the broadcast that was done by Rodriguez and the many statements he made at various points in relation to Brooms. He was served with the court documents this morning. Brooms, who is a former government minister under the last APNU-AFC government, is well known for her humanitarian and community work. She was awarded by the U.S. State Department in 2013 as an international hero in the fight against human trafficking. Well, two men who were attached to two different companies at a Cheddi-Jagan airport were today charged and remanded to jail over a 156-pound cocaine bust at the airport last Thursday. The two accused, 20-year-old ground handling security coordinator at Secure Innovations and Concepts Kobe Backer and 26-year-old Tamiri Handling Services shift leader Travis Seeley, pleaded not guilty to the cocaine trafficking charges this morning. The prosecution's case is that the two were arrested during an alleged attempt to smuggle 156 pounds of cocaine onto a departing British Airways plane. According to a report from the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, the two men were performing their duties at the baggage shed area while overseeing a Caribbean Airlines plane and the British Airways plane that were both being prepared for departure. Kanu agents reported that around 5:25 p.m. on Thursday, Seeley and Backer were observed collecting two black suitcases from over the fence at the airport and later exhibiting suspicious behavior. Their behavior prompted Kanu officers to conduct a secondary examination of a British Airlines unit load device. When the baggage bin was opened, the officers discovered 4 dark blue duffel bags with no baggage tags, along with 2 black suitcases without British Airlines check-in tags. Kanu said the absence of proper tags heightened suspicion, and when questioned, both men denied knowledge of the bags. However, upon inspecting the bags, the officers found brick-like objects wrapped in black and transparent plastic, and the objects later tested positive as cocaine. A total of 64 cocaine bricks were found with a combined weight of 156 pounds, making it the largest drug bust ever at the Chedijagan airport, according to security officials. The two men were arrested and taken to Kano headquarters for questioning before they were taken to court this morning.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyana is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyana's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyana has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us. It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. The music fraternity has been plunged into mourning following the sudden death of Morgan Heritage lead singer Peter, who passed away on Sunday. Social media is awash with tributes and expressions of disbelief that the life of the 46-year-old singer has come to an end. Soca Queen Alison Hines led tributes from Barbados as she expressed her shock. Hines said the news of Morgan's passing was heartbreaking as she expressed condolences to his family. Ziggy Marley said he too was saddened by the news as he sent out love and condolences to the Morgan Heritage family. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Minister of Culture Olivia Grange, and leader of the opposition Mark Golding have also expressed condolences via social media, noting that his heart is heavy to learn of the passing of Peter Morgan. Holness offered condolences to the family as they grieve this tremendous loss, which is also a colossal loss for Jamaica and for reggae music. Peru will declare a health emergency in parts of the country in the midst of a hike seen in dengue fever cases, the South American country's health minister said on Monday. So far this year, 28 people have died from dengue, official data shows, in the midst of a heat wave and heavy rains, which are favorable conditions for the reproduction of mosquitoes that transmit the disease. The health minister said there is an imminent risk of a dengue outbreak due to a 95% increase in infections to 24,981 cases in the first 7 weeks of the year, compared to the same period in 2023. More than 400 people died from dengue in Peru last year. And finally tonight, international news. Alexei Navalny was about to be freed in a prisoner swap when he died, according to one of his colleagues. The woman said the Russian opposition leader was going to be exchanged for a Russian hitman serving a life sentence for murder in Germany. 2 U.S. citizens being held in Russia were also going to be part of the deal, Navalny's colleague claimed. The Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told the Financial Times he was not aware of such agreements. BBC News has not seen any evidence to support the claims made and said it was therefore unable to independently verify them. But according to Navalny's colleague, negotiations had been in their final stage on February 15. Navalny died on February 16 in his cell in the prison colony in Siberia, where he was being held on a 19-year sentence over charges that were widely seen as politically motivated. Prison officials said the 47-year-old had fallen ill following a walk. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.